go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
OGEbeats.com. Here we go. Here we are. Again and again. Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Had the cleaning lady over today. Everything's different places. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here she is. Goddess of fortune. Better. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Beats by SV.com.
Gauranga. Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada.
Purchase your tracks today.
Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada.
Beats by SV.com.
Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda, Gauranga. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar.
Purchase your tracks today.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaurabhakta.
Beats by SV.com.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaurabhakta. Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Purchase your tracks today.
Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaurabhakta Vrinda. Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda,
Beats by SV.com.
Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda, Gauranga. Gauranga.
Purchase your tracks today.
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri 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 Krishna
Beats by
Chaitanya,
SV.com.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna.
Beats by SV.com.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, 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 oh my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, my Lord Krishna, my Lord Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Beats by
Hare Hare,
SV.com.
Gauranga. Hare Krishna. My Lord Krishna. Whew. Where are we at there? Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, let's chant some japa here together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. You can turn your microphones on. Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna.
Hari 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 Rama
Hare Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Lord
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama. Listen
Krishna.
later. Thank you,
Hare Rama.
Eric.
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare. Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama
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 Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Jai Chinanda, Jai Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakti.
Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jai Gauri Bhakti.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. God, you know, this devotional service is getting so attractive. Different aspects of just, chanting the names. And then you got the talking about the Lord Caitanya discussing that. You know, that's what they would do. They would get together in the afternoons. The Goswamis, they get together and they would discuss Lord Caitanya and his pastimes. Yeah, like sometimes Raghunath Das, who was there. See, the devotees were not there at the later pastimes like Rupa and Sanatan, it appears, or some of them weren't, because Raghunath Das was there, and he would relate all these confidential pastimes that the Lord did in his later pastimes in the Ancha Lila, you know. So they sit around and talk about all these things, you know. And that's what we got in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavat, these kinds of talks. Yeah, it's, rare, rare to hear, just to hear about Lord Chaitanya. You know, this avatar is unusual. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these beings are so amazing and attractive, actually, and powerful that, just like in the Bible, yeah, like in the Bible, they didn't write anything down about Jesus, but they just talked about him, and the Lord manifested by the discussions. It was like 50 years before they wrote anything. And they just passed it on just by talking about the Lord, because that's really the way it's meant to be. Even if you have the Bible, you should speak like Paul. He would speak from the Old Testament and just bring the essence that he understood by revelation. It's the same for Christianity. To those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. See, it's always it's a universal principle. A universal truth. Okay? The Lord is very much looking, Jesus said to the woman at the well who was doing regulative devotional service, He said the Lord's very much looking for worship in spirit and truth, and the Vaishnavas saying is the same idea. The Lord's always eager for this kind of worship. Beyond the external, it's more juicy, more pleasing to him. And when the devotees get used to it and get contact with it and experience it, they'll say, yeah, and that's the witness program. See, all these fishermen that were just Jewish people, they just stood up, worship of the Holy Spirit is fantastic. See, and you guys say same kind of thing. If people understood what was going on, their jaws would drop. I tell you gurus, your jaws would drop down if you knew what's going on here. But you will. Mark my words. Same thing, same kind of witness. Isn't it funny? The same thing. Oh man, I was a Vaidhi Bhakti before, man, going there. Yeah, but now, so great. Of course, it goes right with the truth. That's the Lord in your heart showing you. So he wants to inform you of how he would love to be worshipped, and it'll make you feel better too. After spending a few lifetimes doing the Vaidhi platform, and then you get connection with this, oh my God, you'll be witnessing all over the place. Telling how happy you are, how your life has changed. What do you think it's about? You don't have many Vaishnavas doing that because they're not at that stage of this Holy Spirit worship. But those who get the real Jesus, you get the Christ, the Spirit of Christ that Jesus had in the line. If you happen to get that, oh man, you're up there, you write your testimonies, you speak your testimony. There are people that go all over. They have an experience with Christ. They go all over the world, just relating their same testimony they get. Well, this is more powerful. We get testimony upon testimony upon testimony. Every day is like a testimony. That's all I share. The stuff that the Lord shows me. It's just, it's fantastic, man. We've all come to the right place. Okay, let's see. Let's continue on. I think we got a winner here. Continue on with the Devananda. I don't think I finished it yet. Yeah, I listened to my whole class again today. It was fantastic. These things, it's like I'm seeing the Lord's like he's getting more and more into it. You know what I mean? He's more and more. Even the chanting, I notice the Lord is he's showing me. He wants to get really into it, like fully full bodied. Like fully. Chanting is singing. Really. Now I get why people they thought. Usually because we're not in our bodies that much, we're scared. And being in the body in this world, we're just kind of walking around in fear, man. Especially now, man. All these things going on. It was just we're retreating deep inside, and you could see the people with the mask. You look at their eyes, you're like, one poor lady. I didn't know what the poor lady was going. This old lady, they're just watching television. You've seen them, just really big and just waddles up to and they just happen to have at Walmart the injection sites, free injections or whatever they're doing. And then she puts her mask, because the poor thing, this is the kind of world we're living in. It's and the demons, they don't care. They don't have it. They just do their what they do, Yeah. So, and all of this is lack of knowledge. And everybody, actually, I would go crazy if I would have to sit there and think about, like Sachi sometimes, there's so many things I got to think of. There's so many problems. You freak out. You can't, just, what are you going to do, man? Just just stay with bhakti, and everybody the Lord helps in due course. And we do what we can here. It's a battlefield. We're on the battle. We're the medics, actually. What a medic do when you're on the battlefield? You go running around and try to save whoever you can. Some people are like, Prabhupada used that analogy. So the medics got to go, and those aren't too dead, or maybe they've, at least wounded, and maybe you can do something. You help them out. And if they're too gone, that too gone means they're like won't listen, nothing. They're just totally in their la la land. Yeah. All right.
Are they still wearing a mask in Mexico? You don't see that here anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, most people don't. But you could see a lot of people do. To me, it's like a lot of people do, because they're usually the TV watchers. You could tell who they are. They're just simple people, and they believe the government. And I know what they say, on the TV. They're always
old people, especially.
Yeah, and they're told, they go to the doctors, and the doctors, say, well, it'd be preferable if you did, you'd be better, you'd be safer if you did, and so they do it, and they just follow. This is the thing. It's all who you believe and who you listen to, and some people, that's their qualification, is to listen to the government. They have their, everybody has their followers, and they have their leaders. The leaders have their followers. It's just the way everything's set up. We're set up to be led and to follow. We're built that way. So it's a kind of a training, actually, because, in some lifetime, you begin to follow better, greater persons who are in the higher modes. That's the slow path. A slower path. But that's the way most people, they go from one teacher to another teacher, and they get bored or tired, or the teacher does some, goes somewhere else, and then they go to another, and slowly, like this is lifetimes. What we're doing is, man, finishing it for those who are ready. That's why you see the teacher. I'm not holding back much. Yeah, and so for those who are ready, they can take the punch. What is the punch? This is the truth, man. Truth will set you free. Truth will set you free. And do we got truth here, man? Yeah, you got revelation, because we worship, not only me, but you guys are picking it up, and you're worshiping in loving ecstasy and getting all these revelations. You see how true these books are, how wonderful they are, how you develop the taste that Lord Caitanya had for his own knowledge, This, and it's very deep, because this kind of worship is so deep, it gives the deepest revelation. We're in a very illustrious line here. But most of the Vaishnavas haven't been woken up yet, not really. So, that's my service to Prabhupada. That's why I don't let the devotees go. Go hard. Why don't you just go on, preach out there? And I'm here. That's Prabhupada. He's got a lot of followers. No.
You're so sweet to them, Guru Maharaj. You invite them, and you're really sweet to them.
Yeah, go hard, sweet. Yeah.
Full of mercy.
Full of sweetness. He's nice, never gets angry. Oh, he's kind. Oh, compassionate, especially upon bodies. Oh, he just loves, to he's into the body, to protect the bodies of whales and trees. And the
preaching is bringing something new, and you've got to shout it, and it's new. You've got to.
Yeah, it's part of the fun, man. You gotta act. You gotta have an act. This is a show, man. Hey, if you're gonna have the greatest show on earth, you gotta be embodied with the potency. You gotta show it. Everything's there. It's a thriller. It's a comedy. It's entertainment. It's song and dance, and
it's Lord Caitanya.
Yes, Lord Chaitanya, he came here like that. Radha and Krishna are like that only in Vrindavan. Lord Chaitanya, especially Nityananda, they were like just externally manifest. That's why they can't, the Vaidis have been trained in the last 50 years. Don't show. They can't show anyway, but just don't. So if anybody else shows, well, you see, my Guru Dave said not to show. What? Then we have no show here. Don't we want to have the show? Don't we have the greatest show on earth is to see, where's the role models for this kind of worship? Otherwise the role models are Vaidhi Bhakti, ritualistic. It's a role model, because you're looking out, you're looking for confirmations, you're looking to follow some role model. See, whatever a great man does, common men follow. Okay? Yeah, and so that's what. So this this is unusual and uncommon. So it's like I told you, the jogger. The jogger's jogging around, and everybody's laughing at him at first, but after he just keeps going because he knows this is good for the health and everything. Keeps going. After a while, one by one, people follow him. There's a movie
can't
with that
suppress
guy.
the Lord. You can't suppress him. He's so powerful.
Oh yeah, not at this stage. You don't want to. Yeah. That's why you see I got the order from Prabhupada not to suppress, and that was great confirmation because I was expressing it and people were getting it and they're expressing, and so it's a great confirmation because so many after that order, because it's almost like he knew people are going to come and say, no, don't do this because you're supposed to do that, and I actually tried it even after the order. I tried to follow the no-shows. I went to follow the Radhakund Babajis and the Narayan Raj group. There were no shows. Wipe that tear, man. Don't show nothing, man. But I couldn't even see if anybody really had it, because usually you have symptoms. Just like, see, people can't see there's a special joy here manifest, a special freedom, and people can't see it. I didn't see it I was in the Narayan Raj. I didn't see it as special freedom. I saw a mode of goodness, a lot of nice devotees, good devotees, but Jesus and Lord Caitanya came to give something more than being just a good boy and a good girl, following the rules and the rituals and all that.
All those Vedas, it's not to make us good boys and girls. We don't need all those books for that, man.
One pastime is Lord Nityananda. He had no clothes on, and he's dancing around with no clothes, And he was at Srivasa's house, and Lord Caitanya was joking, and he comes up to Nityananda. You need to be more well-behaved. It is not correct to act like this in a householder's house. He had no clothes and he's just dancing around, with bare framed and everything in ecstasy, And you must be more well-behaved than this. And Nityananda said, "Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, you need to correct me." And then he started laughing, and still dancing around. Yes, you tell me my faults when I'm, see, because in a sense he's faultless, because he's in everything a devotee does or even says is a pastime. It's because the Lord uses those devotees. Yeah. That's why when you get really concentrate on the activities of empowered ecstatic devotees, you get bliss just from their activities. I mean, I would do that with Prabhupada. I just hear about his activities and be blissed out. How he did this and did this at what time, and I just, that's how that's the way Lord. Everything was a pastime with him because he and his devotees, because they were transcendental beings. That's why you see we chant the name, right? Just a name, but what a name. That's a pastime, is the holy name, and you experience it. Tarun replying to Andromeda. Okay, let's see.
Can I ask something, Guru Maharaj?
Yeah, go ahead.
I met somebody today, and he gave me a mantra. It's here on the cover. It's not important what kind of. I've tried to find it on YouTube, and then I saw you've got to chant it 108 times, and then I saw other mantras that you've got to chant 108 times, and I always heard it's because of 108 gopis, but I never believed that really. Why is this number? Do you have any idea? This number 108?
Yeah, I never really researched it. I don't know exactly why, but it's some auspicious number. But you see, that's a Vaidhi idea. You got to do it a certain amount of times. And that's just a very kind of a mundane, materialistic idea. It's just for external devotees, because a devotee can chant one name and get the result of 108 dry names. I mean, you get more of a result, just one holy name. In ecstasy, you've pleased the Lord more than a person who chants a lakh dry. So that stuff doesn't apply. And that's what you could see. They really emphasize this. You got to do it this amount of times. It's a Vaidhi thing. It's like you must do this, and you have to do, devotees are, if once you hit this platform, it's called spontaneous devotional service. You're not obligated to follow a program or rules or regulations. You just make the Lord happy. You're a friend now of the Lord. You know how to do that. See, that's all it is. It's just, and that's your own internal experience. Nobody can tell you from the outside whether person could chastise me and say, "Go Hari, this is not the right thing to do. You should do it." Prabhupada said this, but I'm doing activities, and I know when I'm making the Lord happy, because I can feel it, and literally, because there's transcendental feelings. It's not like feeling on the material platform. This is the whole point, is to awaken people's spiritual body, and that's what we do. That's why, if you're not here and coming here and don't see this is important, I don't care how big a position, guru, sannyasi, I don't care if you have 1 million followers, you're just not very intelligent. This is, where this kind of rare thing is, this kind of bhakti is that everybody, the gurus are also, many lifetimes before you get this prema, is given out relatively easily here. I say relative, depends on your, the way you receive it. Some people got heavy karmic things, and but you feel you make progress. You start to feel the shelter, and you're making progress, man. Fast. Yeah. Huh. Oh, it's so funny. I didn't see this, but now, okay, so the Lord was fond of, we were just kind of talking about this, and it just comes right up here. There she is, the movie star. Yeah. So immediately the Lord was overcome with emotions of Balaram in a trance. He loudly boomed to Srivas Pandit, "Let's go inside." See, loudly boomed. See? Let's go inside. When the Lord insisted, Srivas fell to his feet and begged him not to go inside. He wanted to go inside to Devananda Pandit, I guess. Oh, yeah, Devananda. He wanted to rip up Devananda's book. See how avant-garde he is. Immediately, the Lord was overcome with the emotions of Balaram. In a trance, he loudly boomed to Srivas, "Let's go inside." When the Lord insisted, Srivas fell at his feet and begged him not to go inside. The Lord said, "Do I also have to be restricted by rules and regulations?" Nevertheless, Srivas Pandit continued to dissuade the Lord from his decision. Srivas Pandit explained, You are the universal Father and the perfect example. If you transgress the social laws, then who will be left to uphold them? So, see, this incarnation was like that. Oh, yeah. So this incarnation was like that. The Lord teaches on many different levels. And so even in this incarnation, where it was about spontaneous devotional service, he actually more or less followed the rules and regulations of the sannyas order to the best of his ability, but ecstatic emotion would take over and he'd just fly away. But still, they respected him for that. Even though he was not obligated, like he says, do I need to follow these rules? Am I restricted by these? See, the Lord had ecstatic love. And so you can apply that to a devotee also. A devotee is like, because they've got the shelter of the transcendental Lord and have transcendental emotions like the Lord, they are also not restricted by what others are restricted by, because they're purified on another process, purified by ecstatic devotion. It's different. Okay? But this incarnation, as well as all incarnations, like Lord Krishna, was unrestricted in Vrindavan, except when Jatila gave him a tough time, but more or less unrestricted. And then when he went to like Mathura and Dwarka, he started to pull back a bit. See? Because another Dham with different types of devotees. See? And he wanted to make friends, and like this. So the Lord but Balaram was more, he was more like more avadutish. Matter of fact, he killed a Brahmin, He killed a Brahmin. The Brahmin was a rascal. Didn't give respect. He was the guy who was given the Varnashram Dharma Veda type thing. He was the son of Vyasadeva, actually. But he didn't give respect to the ecstatic devotee. And so Balaram takes his kusha grass weapon. It's just a blade of frigging grass. Can you imagine? And touched him with it. And his head split open or something. So then the Brahmin said, "You killed a Brahmin." And, even though the guy needed, he got rid of the obstacle, because this guy was not giving respect to the ecstatic devotee, which was Balaram. See? Everybody stood up for Balaram except this teacher. See how it always the same friggin' teaching, again and again and again. So this guy's sitting in proud, like these teachers sit proudly up on their seats. And Balaram, who was an ecstatic personality on the spiritual platform, he didn't even stand up for him. His name was Ramana Maharshan. And so Balaram says, "Who is this person here? Don't stand up." See? So it's very similar. See, it's always the same friggin' teaching again and again and again. And that's why you got to hear it again and again until you understand this. Same thing happened with Shiva and Daksha. See? Shiva did the opposite. He wouldn't stand up for Daksha. See, Daksha was mundane still. He was in the mode of goodness. And Shiva was a transcendentally situated personality who also didn't have to follow rules. That's why he would forget he didn't take a bath, usually a lot of times, and did odd things, bizarre things, but was never polluted, really. The Lord, his intimacy with the Lord, he had another way of getting purified. The Brahmins only think rules, regulations for purification. See, Vaidhi, rule, that's what they see through that lens. See, the devotees, the ecstatic devotees, they see through the lens of ecstatic worship, and that lens gives broader vision, broader understanding, deeper understanding. Okay? So that's what you can get here. Yeah, I teach from that perspective, and you can all check it. You come here, you'll hear things that your gurus never spoke, don't understand, and they're very simple things. They're right there. It's like you'll say again and again, my God, I see the elephant in the room. I didn't see it before. I see the elephant in the room. That's how it is. See, that's the Father. The true Father is the true conception. See, only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and the Son can reveal the true nature of the Father to whom he chooses. Because you are my disciples and my friends, I tell you these things. See, just like Krishna, and it's always the same. That was Krishna there personally, and Krishna's here also. He's just inspiring. See, always the same. What's the difference between you guys and Arjuna? You're getting even more understanding. He only got Bhagavad Gita teaching. Look at what's coming through here. The latest incarnation and all these amazing nuances, deep teachings and deep understanding. Oh, it's amazing. So the Lord upheld more or less, the principle, and that's how he attracted the most fallen. You know the most fallen are? They were the student community. Can you imagine that? They're chanting like Devananda Pandit, most fallen. And he was doing Brahma. And how can you say that, Gaurahari? Well, it says they were the last to come. That's why he devised the trick. Well, let me attract them by following as many of the rules that they follow and appear like I'm just like them, a sannyasi, and they'll come closer. Gaurahari, why aren't you doing that? Well, the Lord also had Nityananda, didn't he? See? Nityananda, he, without restriction, just showed the power of spontaneous devotional service. I have that mood. I'm not, the Lord doesn't inspire me, at least at this time, to, do that kind of example. Yeah. So, but maybe somebody will come someday and maybe they'll want to do that. I don't know. It's up to the Lord to inspire. Nityananda, he was placed in his heart to just be himself, externally. The Lord even told him. Prabhupada basically told me too, he said, you're doing, has my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want to do, more of that. That's this. Eric, I only know unconditional love through impersonal isms. Yeah, I'll listen to your thing later, but all you have to do is just keep coming here regularly and you'll get purified. More than that level. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to save this for later. It's getting a little bit late. I want to have some lunch now before it gets too late. Thank you so much, everybody. You want to give us a word, River? You want to say something? Briefly. Brevity. It's eloquence.
Somebody, yeah, I just quickly, couple of things.
Those are my glasses. Aren't those my glasses?
Well, I can't leave them not doing anything, Maharaj.
Yeah, no, it's great. I like those. Those are wonderful, man. They're gay glasses. I didn't even know. I bought the hat and the glasses, and I thought, just like rainbows. And everybody said, "Oh, he's supporting the gays." He's probably gay. I just like rainbows.
It was cute.
Well, now I remember. Yeah, they were yours.
Cute and innocent.
Yeah, the hat, man. I thought this is fantastic, but that's what the gay pride. We went to a gay pride thing or something.
Yeah, well,
and they were selling the hats and the glasses.
They claimed these colors as their own. They were here before Maharaj. You're completely innocent. So I'm looking after my eye, trying to stay away from the light too much.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's Yeah, so I'm just doing that. But yes, what you're saying is wow, if we leave, we are missing out on the greatest gifts that we can ever receive. I'm sorry, yeah, it's amazing. I feel so much relief, and relaxing, really relaxing now. It's only my bad when I don't listen to Krishna and not sleep. But Maharaj, I think I'm so excited to hear your class, to hear your class again. It's the only thing to look forward to. All the classes actually.
Yeah.
The only thing.
Yeah, I really appreciate it when after I listen to a few TikTok videos and get, it's like the vibration, but I just try to keep up on things. But then I listen to the class, it's like, oh, God, like the vibration is so nice, just, yeah. And it seems to get deep. It's deepening too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Don't worry. Now I don't like, that's all in your mind there, Eric. It's not me that doesn't like.
Well, they're gonna do things to us.
Yeah, by the way, by the way, Eric, I don't love gay people. I don't love anybody. I just love Krishna. That's all I know. And Krishna just happens to be in the gay person and everybody else. So see, when I love Krishna, and that goes for everybody, when you love Krishna, you get everybody. See? But if you don't love Krishna, then you don't know what true love is. See? So you can't say, oh, I don't like, no, if Krishna's in that gay person's heart, the love is there too. And so he happens to be in everybody's hearts. Yeah, I may not like what they do, or with anybody. It just depends. I mean, I don't like pedophile. I'm not attracted to pedophilias and killing peoples and lies. Like, oh God, man, the stuff coming down the pipe now. This is getting ridiculous. What's going on? It's like I'm just so like, wow, is this for real? And it is. It's really coming down. There's just one big friggin' lie. They're lying. It's like, I read in Bhagavad Gita in the Bible about demons and stuff like that, but I never realized that how real that is until 2020. How real the demons are and where they are. I mean, I never was really looking much, but they're coming out, and I you don't necessarily have to see some, but you can see they're black hearts, and yeah, it's what an education the last couple of years has been, few years. My opinion is that you can think you're a body or soul that is beyond the body. Yeah, I'll look into, well, actually, let me just see. Okay, Eric, so my opinion is that you can think you're a body or a soul that is beyond the body. First of all, I like my mind is like, reading that doesn't, make much sense to me right off the bat. And another thing is, it's your opinion. See, that's the difference here. I like to present Krishna's opinion and expound on his opinion. That's the happiness of a devotee. And that comes by purification. That'll come by you sitting here coming regularly, and serving the devotees, hearing, doing some service. And if it clicks, which it could, maybe not. It depends on your desires. Maybe you desire to be a big teacher or something. I don't know, but this is how you want to be a big teacher. Come here and you'll become the biggest teacher. You'll be bigger than these gurus even. Just by being a disciple. You'll be much bigger. Because you show the real way. That's what people need, right? They need to find the real way. They need to find the real devotees. They need to know what real devotion is. In Vaishnavism, it's this unknown thing. And and we have all these books, about so many books about pure devotional service and everything, but nobody understands them because they're not manifesting. It's not manifest in their heart. That's our work. And that's why this is the test. You know, people don't like, well, I guess you don't get your education in prema. You know, we're here for that. But if you're a spiritual body that is divine, why does it matter if you get surgery on your body? I'll go into this another time, you know. We are living in a total, dystopian world. Absolutely. Yeah, but you got to take care of the body, you know. The body's external, but it's like a temple. You sweep it, right? Sweep it. He would get dusty, a temple. Well, this is a temple. We got to sweep it, clean it, you know, wash it, feed it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Lolita, you want to give us a word or two here?
Hare Krishna. I don't have much to say. I'm very, very tired.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for coming.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Really, really nice.
Yeah, it's getting late over there. Forgot. Okay, yeah, let's all go to take some rest. Well, you guys take rest. I still got a little leg up here.
Yeah,
And,
it's later in Belgium than in UK.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks, River and Lalita, for joining up here, and it's awesome, and we'll be seeing you. So we'll do the family song tomorrow. We're fasting from the family song.